Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm in Suffolk in a beautiful historic village called Lavenham, and I'm doing walk number 20 of the Suffolk Outstanding Circular Walks by Ordnance Survey, and it takes me on a 7¼ mile journey out of the village towards another small village called Brent Ely, and then I'm going to be following, I think, a nice trackway leading back into the village of Lavenham. It's going to take in a bit of the Lavenham Walk, which is the old railway line, and then ends just by the church. The church is an enormous building, almost like a small cathedral, but I'll show you more of that when we get towards the end. So at the moment I'm just following this little lane towards a farm, and that's going to take me across some fields afterwards towards Brent Ely. So we're now here in Brent Ely, and I've already seen a beautiful historic building which is just in the village centre called Corner Farmhouse, and it's grade 2 star listed and dates to the 16th century with all the beautiful timber frames exposed. Here I'm at the Church of St Mary the Virgin, and this is grade 1 listed and dates to the 13th century. But inside there's actually some of the best preserved medieval wall paintings anywhere in England, and it actually depicts the crucifixion with 2 women alongside. So it's also one of the finest examples in the country of a manorial church. Now just the other side of these trees is Brent Ely Hall, and the current building is grade 1 listed and dates to about the 18th century, but definitely incorporates the core of a much older structure. So we've just left Lavenham behind us, and the route through the village actually takes you up Water Lane past a beautiful historic building called Beghaus, and it's grade 1 listed and dates back to, I believe, 1425. And I know inside there are some lovely medieval wall paintings. And then just up the road from there is the Swan Inn, which is a grade 2 star listed building. It's actually a set of buildings that was converted into a hotel, and a very, very iconic building for Lavenham. And then head past the village shop, and we're actually doing a little loop now round to the Lavenham Walk, which is an old section of railway line that once linked this village with Long Melford and then up to Bury St Edmunds. So where I'm walking now is a place called the Lavenham Walk, and it's actually a nature reserve, but that was formerly the railway line that linked the village with Long Melford and then up to Bury St Edmunds. And this line, although a little bit overgrown in places, is actually followed for about a kilometre. Then when we get to the first of the road bridges, we branch off and then join a little country lane that takes us back in towards Lavenham, and then we'll take a footpath across a field that will also lead us straight to Lavenham Church, and then it'd be really nice to have a little look inside the church if it is open. So we are just approaching the Church of St Peter and St Paul in Lavenham, and actually marks the end of this walk. But what a magnificent church this one is. And it's actually grade 1 listed and dates to around the 15th or 16th century. But the chancel itself is actually an original part of a 14th century church that was built on this site. Now, it is an incredible building, often referred to as a small cathedral, and the tower, I believe, is 141 feet high and built between 1482 and 1495.